What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to the channel. Hope everyone's having an amazing day. Today I'm gonna give you guys 10 secret pro tips that pro players and high skill level players use to dominate, get more kills, get more wins. And these are things that a lot of players, new players, just not as experienced players, they don't know this information because Apex doesn't actually teach you a lot of these things. You have to kind of learn as you play, and you kind of have to experiment, and these tips are going to lead you to start to dominate because you're going to have an edge and a competitive edge over your enemies who don't know these tips. And these tips are legendary, guys, so make sure you guys leave a like if you guys do enjoy the video, and leave a comment down below if you guys want to see more videos like this. So yeah, with that being said, let's jump straight into these 10 tips. I got 10 pro secret tips. Let's get it. Okay, so the first tip I got for you guys, you can actually throw grenades underneath closed doors in Apex. Yes, underneath closed doors. I wasn't aware of this until like a couple years after playing the game, but this helps tremendously. A lot of high skilled players, they like to sit in front of the door and heal up and stop you from entering. That way they have some time to do certain things. However, if you can throw a grenade underneath the door at a team, you guys are going to get them away from that door, and you might even do a lot of damage to them by just throwing their grenade there, because they're not going to be expecting that, because they're it's from the door. Like, this is something that honestly I was even surprised about. So what you guys are going to do is throw the grenade at the bottom left or the bottom right of the door, and you guys will know that the grenade is actually going to go through the door when you no longer see the recoil line from the grenade that you're going to throw. As soon as you see just a straight line before you throw it, that's how you know it's going to go underneath the door, and you guys can throw it under the door and do some damage. Okay, so for tip number 2, I got switch to secondary weapons. When you guys are in gunfights, instead of trying to reload during the gunfight, if you guys have an enemy low, switch to your secondary weapon and finish them off using the secondary weapon. It's faster than actually taking the time to reload and do the animation. It's faster to just switch to your secondary weapon and try to down the enemy. And I'll show you guys an example in the background, but this tip helps tremendously, and a lot of pro and high level players do this instead of reloading. Okay, so for tip number 3, I got recoil control. If you guys aren't aware, this is going to take your game to the next level. It's simple. It's literally what it sounds like. You guys are controlling the recoil. If you guys aren't aware, there's a lot of weapons in Apex Legends, a lot of automatic weapons that you can actually control where your weapon's going to fire at. For example, you hear a lot of people say they're lasering people or they have no recoil. It's because they're controlling the recoil of their weapon. And what you guys are going to do is just grab a weapon like a R99 or R301, go into the firing range, and if you guys notice, when you hold down on the analog stick that you guys aim with, you can actually counteract the recoil and keep the gun from flinching up while you guys shoot. This is going to allow you guys to melt and destroy people. I have a link down in the description on how to actually do this in detail, because it's a little complicated starting out, but if you guys implement this game, you guys are going to start to dominate and destroy everybody. I'm telling you guys, recoil control. Let's move on to tip number 4. Okay, so the next tip I got for you guys is field of view. A lot of new players and more beginner players don't know about this tip, but you can actually adjust the screen image that you guys are playing on. I'll show you guys in the background, but for example, when you guys have it on default, your character is really zoomed in. He can't see a lot of information, but if you guys adjust the field of view to about around 96 to 110, you guys will notice that your player can see a lot more information now. And this actually helps because you're more aware of what's going on around you. If another member is trying to flank from a different direction, or you just have more access to more information, and more information is vital in Apex. So yeah, try to mess with you guys' field of view, play with it, and see if you guys do better by increasing it. Personally, a lot of pros, a lot of high level players play on a higher field of view. Tip number 5, I got learn from your deaths. A lot of people want to blame other people for mistakes that are happening, but a true skilled player is going to recognize and analyze their own faults. Every time you guys die in Apex Legends, you guys want to analyze and think about what you could have done better in that situation. Could you have gone a different angle? Could you have gotten better positioning? Should you have not just pushed in the first place? Learn and think about what you could have done in that situation. You see a lot of pro players, they'll talk about, man, what happened there? You should have pushed and did this XYZ. It's because they're trying to analyze and think about what they could have done in that situation to, you know, avoid the situation in the future and, you know, get better results. So you guys need to do the same thing. Learn from your deaths, stop blaming other people, and think about what you personally could have done in that situation to get better. Do you need better aim? Did you lose your gunfight? Think about your personal involvement. Okay, so for tip number 6, I got armor swap. A lot of new players aren't aware of this. More skilled players are, but if you aren't aware, this is just essentially, if you have a low armor, like if you get in a gunfight and they do damage to your armor, if you find a death box, or you find just the armor in a building, you can actually swap and put that other armor on, and you'll have full armor, and the other armor that you had that was damaged will now be on the ground or inside that death box. This helps tremendously when you guys are in gunfights, or for example if a third party's coming, because you don't have to take the time to pop a shield battery or a shield cell, and it's instantly you're getting full shields. This is going to help you guys, you know, be ready for another gunfight right away, and it also, you know, just gives you some more armor in sticky situations. So try to get an armor swap if you guys notice that you don't have a lot of time to pop a battery, or, you know, time to heal. Try to prioritize the armor swap. It's going to help you guys a bunch. You see a lot of pros and a lot of high players doing this a bunch because they don't have the time to pop a battery. For tip number 7, I got keep wheel on shields. And what I mean by this is, if you guys aren't aware, on the bottom left screen next to the legend icon, you have a wheel where you can switch from from med kits to syringes to shield batteries to shield cells and to phoenixes. What you guys want to do is keep and prioritize that wheel on either shield cells or shield batteries. It's going to help you guys a lot, and it's going to give you an edge because you don't have to actually switch to a shield battery or shield cell if you get damaged. Also, having battery, you know, is more efficient in Apex, because if you're just getting shot when you're having full health, you're going to have flinch damage, and also it's just going to go directly to your health, so you guys are going to die instantly. If you guys, you know, pop a battery instead, you actually have your health, and then you also have some armor to prevent from getting shot and having flinch when you guys are getting shot, and also, you know, just added quote unquote health and protection as to, you know, just healing up your health. So prioritize having a shield cell or a shield battery in that wheel. It's going to help you guys do a lot more better in your matches. Okay, so tip number 8, we got positioning. Positioning is a huge fundamental and a huge thing in Apex Legends, because if you guys can master it, you guys will start to dominate and get a lot more kills. And I have a bunch of videos on my channel, so I'm not going to break down positioning a bunch in this tip, but for example, positioning is like having high ground, having a head glitch, being near cover, being inside the circle early. These are all great examples of positioning. Having great positioning and setting up early is going to help you guys win a lot more of your gunfights, because you're going to be in a better, literally a better position than the other teams, so you guys, you know, have an advantage in that way. So yeah, practice and improve you guys' positioning, and if you guys struggle, I have some videos on my channel, and I will leave the links down in the description. Okay, tip number 9, we bringing it all the way back, kind of similar to tip number 1. Like I said, a lot of pro players, a lot of good players, they sit in front of doors to stop enemies from coming in, and also, you know, you can pop a shield battery, you can heal really quickly, and how they're doing this is they're just getting in front of doors and they're crouching, because if you're standing up, you can still technically get pushed, your character can still get pushed, but if you just go in front of a door and you crouch, another enemy can't just open it. They either have to kick it down, they have to throw a grenade, or they have to do some sort of way to they destroy the door. However, they can't just just open it. And this is going to give you guys a split second to pop a battery or pop a heal, or even just stop a team from pushing you and make them walk around and go a different direction. This helps a lot of, you know, pros and a lot of high level players do this a bunch. However, there are a few counters to this, so you guys have to be careful, and that's what I'm actually going to talk about in the next tip. And that's actually what I talked about on the first tip. That was a counter to sitting in front of the doors, but you guys also want to implement into your gameplay. Okay, so the last tip number 10, like I previously stated, there are counters to when you sit in front of a door like that. One, you can throw grenades under doors, which I just found out about, which is really cool. And also you can, you know, kick down doors. But the last one for tip number 10 is to also thermite the doors. If you guys see someone standing or sitting in front of the door, instead of trying to kick it down because it's going to put you at a disadvantage with the animation, thermite the door instead, because this is going to give you initial damage on the enemy, and it's also going to break the door. It's going to cause them to, you know, panic a little bit, and you guys can get some early nice damage on your enemies. So yeah, these are my tips. I'm telling you guys, if you implement this in your gameplay, you guys are going to elevate to a whole different level of a player in this game, because these tips are, you know, pretty much fundamentals and vital tips of Apex Legends. And I'm telling you guys, practice and implement them in your gameplay. You guys are going to notice you guys are starting to melt and destroy people, guaranteed. So yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed the video. It took me a while, you know, to put this together and, you know, make this very accurate for you guys. So if you guys found this video useful, please make sure to leave a like. It helps me so much with the YouTube algorithm. Also, if you guys are new to the channel, you guys like the content, make sure you guys smack the subscribe button. And also, you can check out my channel. I have a bunch of Apex Legends videos on how to improve, on how to do better. Just go check that out if you guys did enjoy the content. Alright, I'm done rambling. I hope you guys took something away from this video. I got a bunch more to come, so I will catch you guys in my next video. Everyone have a dope rest of your day, week, weekend, whatever, and I will see you guys later. Peace.
I'm on a plane, having my way. I'm in these foreigns, having my way. Counting the money, just having my way. Having my way, having my way. Currently women, just having my way. I'm at the Gucci store, having my way. Flexing on nigga, just having my way. Just having my way, just having my way. Hit up your body, make you all I'm say. I got the key to the motherfucking safe.